Yeah, you, over there! Have you seen any goblins around here? What? What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm going goblin slaying. You have to find the goblins in order to slay them. So have you seen any around here? Anywhere at all, just let me know. What? What do you mean goblin slaying is dangerous work and I shouldn't be tampering with it? Wow, the nerve of some people, huh? I'll have you know, I happen to be a master goblin slayer. And I, Rune Vanilla, will slay all of them with this sword! Seems I've misplaced my sword. Hey, don't give me that smoke look. This isn't bad. Fine, I'll find something else to do with my time. A bit overdue for a review video on my channel anyway. Hey everybody, this is Rune here, and this is Pyra. Oh, hush, Pyra, no complaints, we've got a video to get to. Huh? What do you mean, I was over here ranting about goblin slaying a few minutes ago? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, you guys are crazy. But anyway, welcome to another review video. Today, we're going to be discussing a book that I never thought I would do a review of. In fact, I never thought I would read it for myself at all. And that is for a reason that I will get into in just a few minutes here. But to start things off, the book that we are going to be reviewing today is Volume 1 of the Goblin Slayer series by Kumo Kagyu. Now this is a dark fantasy light novel series, so it is Japanese, about people who join an adventurers guild, become adventurers, and go on adventure. Our story follows two main characters, a man named Goblin Slayer and a young girl named Priestess, who meet after they find themselves in a very unfortunate situation, and the two of them decide to become an adventuring team, going on all sorts of dangerous adventures in the pursuit of goblin slaying. Now, I really did enjoy this book, but before I get into my own personal pros and cons of the story, I want to cover the reason why I didn't think I would read this book in the first place. And that is because, being a dark fantasy novel, the story does cover some more mature adult themes. And if any of you know Goblin Slayer, whether it be the light novel series or the anime, then you probably know about the gruesome assault scene that takes place within the first few chapters of the novel and probably the first episode of the anime. I haven't seen any of the anime myself, so I can't say for certain, but I believe it's the first episode. And I don't want to use the R word on here because YouTube is a little touchy with that. But as you can imagine, I just wasn't comfortable watching that, and I didn't think I'd be comfortable reading about it either. So then you might be wondering, well, Rune, if you were so uncomfortable witnessing that kind of scene to the point that you didn't think you would ever enjoy Goblin Slayer in any form, what made you change your mind? Why did you decide to read it? And that is all because of one very important factor regarding the book. And if you give me 1 second, I'll let you know what it is. Okay, it's been 1 second. That one important thing that changed my mind about a book I vowed to never read and an anime I vowed to never watch. Probably still don't want to watch it just because of the nature of that scene. The one thing that made me change my mind was the voice of the book. The author's personal voice when writing the story. That is what made me change my mind, because it has just a nice storytelling sort of vibe to it. It feels kind of like you're reading a fairy tale. At least that's how I felt when I saw it. And I'd read the sample of this book on iBooks several times before I decided to buy it. And every single time, I always enjoyed just the overall vibe of the story. And to show what I mean, I actually have the first page pulled up right here so I can read it to you guys. Oh, it's not the very first page of the book because it does have a sort of prologue. And there is a short snippet of a scene that happens later in the book that's at the beginning as well. So this page is a few pages in actually, but this is the first page of the beginning of the actual story. Like no prologue, prologue and snippet aside. This is the first page. Okay. You've heard this one before. The day an orphan raised in the temple turns 15, they become an adult and must choose their path. Will they remain in the temple as a servant of the goddess, or will they leave and try to make their way in the greater world? Priestess had chosen the latter, and a visit to the Adventurers Guild was how she had chosen to do it. The Adventurers Guild, created to support those courageous, questing souls, was first formed, so it was said, by a handful of people who met one another in a bar. Unlike other workers' associations, the Adventurers Guild was less a labor union than an employment agency. In the ongoing war between the monsters and those who have language, adventurers were like mercenaries. No one would tolerate the existence of armed toughs if they were not managed carefully. But yeah, so first page really goes a lot into the inner workings of the guild, but yeah, it just has this nice storytelling vibe to it, like someone's telling you a story. And I know all novels are essentially telling a story. You know, someone's always telling a story with their novels, but you know what I mean. Like the voice differs from author to author, and when I read the snippet, I just kept reading it over and over. It's like, you know, I like this vibe. I like the voice you have, Kumo Kagyu, with your story. So I decided to purchase the book and give it a chance. I read the entire thing cover to cover. And now we can go ahead and get into my pros and cons regarding this story. So, for the pros, honestly, most of the book is a pro to me. When it comes to the characters and the relationships with each other, I thought they were very well developed. They all had their own distinguishable personalities, and especially regarding the characters, one thing I really liked was how all the characters, they don't have like traditional names like most book characters do. They all go by like their class titles. So like Goblin Slayer and Priestess. Then you have High Elf Archer and Lizard Priest. And Lizard Priest was my favorite character in the book. I'm not gonna go on some tangent talking about him though. So yeah, so characters were good. I really liked that. And then there were fight scenes in the book as well that I also thought was well written. Overall, the narrative was just really good. And regarding cons, honestly, I really only have one con. Like, I'd say everything else in the book is generally a pro to me, or I feel either happy or neutral about it. That's how I feel about the book. The one con I have is regarding the plot, because I felt like when I was reading the book, I felt like there wasn't really much of a direction that the plot was going. It didn't really feel like an overarching story like most books do. It felt more like Goblin Slayer catches wind of goblins somewhere. Team travels to go slay those goblins, kill goblins, different scenarios, so it's not always the same. Then they return home and they reap their rewards. And that's pretty much what the whole book is. It's like, I know it's like a meme that the whole thing is, oh, Goblin Slayer. And Goblin Slayer is all crazy about goblins. Everyone is always sharing memes about that when it comes to Goblin Slayer. It's like, I get it. He's all crazy about killing goblins. But I just felt like I would have felt more attached to the book if it had more of an overarching story. That's the one thing I felt this book was lacking. So like, I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase later volumes. Now like, I can't say for certain that Goblin Slayer does not have overarching stories in the later volumes, because I only read the first one. My opinions here only apply to the first volume. I did not pick up the second one or any of the others after. So I can't say for sure, like maybe there is an overarching story if I were to pick up like another novel or two. But I just don't know if I'm gonna do that for sure. I did enjoy the book overall, which is why it's a maybe for me. And you know, this is the only con I had regarding this book. I just think it's a pretty big one though. Plot is a pretty big important thing for me. So personally, I don't know if I'm going to pick up another one. But if this book sounds like something you might enjoy, then I highly recommend giving it a chance. Maybe you would like Goblin Slayer a lot more than I did. Not that I disliked it. No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. But you know, I've made my opinions clear. I don't need to backtrack and go on that all over again. So, with all of that said, I think that this will be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I have, then why not leave a like? And then definitely subscribe so you won't miss the next video. See right down here what this banner says? Be sure you go ahead and do those things, okay? And then also be sure to hit the little bell button down below so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Because if all you do is subscribe, then you won't be notified of when I upload. You have to come back and manually check. So if you want to know when I upload, be sure to hit that button as well. Thank you guys, all of you, so much for watching. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!